we go. 3, 2, 1, go.
Welcome to the Situation Room nominations, the second mischief of the game. Your time starts now.
Oh, this is the craziest shit I've ever seen in a game.
Jess buzzes in. Congratulations, Jess. You have won the debate. Looks like Phil.
Yeah!
All right.
The battle against England. It was 1776.
The World War of 18... The world... I don't know. Sorry.
American Revolution.
Fuck me, dude.
Did you say...
He said 1776, and then I said the War of 1812.
Get this record.
Let's
go! Let's go!
Marina and Michael, you
Let's
have won
go!
the front runner.
You did that.
Oh! Are you fucking kidding me?
I quit. I quit this fucking shit on.
Save a nominee.
What game are you playing? What game are you playing right now?
When I reveal the vote, the person that has been eliminated will have a few moments to say their goodbyes, gather their belongings, and walk out of the White House.
I have to vote to evict the person who I have no relationship with. I vote to evict Madison.
And I have to make this final move because I truly feel that I have a very small chance to win, and it's only against one of these people. I know I promised you safety, Jeremy, but I have to go back on it, and I'm sorry, I'm choosing to evict you.
The person who answered this question the fastest in their production chat and is the chief of staff for this round is Kyle.
Which house would you like me to rip up, saving both nominees from elimination? Zach, you are the chief of staff for the round. Please decide amongst yourselves which house you would like me to rip up, thus saving both nominees and nullifying that house.
I am going to nullify the house of Marina.
Are you still holding them cups, Jason? Good job.
Yeah.
And that's the one. Good job. The correct answer is a spoon. Congratulations, Lee. You have won the debate.
Let's go. You thought you could take me out that easily?
I'm sorry, but I'm going after some big dogs today, and that's why it's going to be Noah and Chandler.
Stop.
What are you doing?
Holding cups on the wall.
So how's your weekend going?
9. Suck it.
God love you and God bless you all.
No more bullshit, Eric. All right?
Say their goodbyes, gather their belongings, and walk out of the White House. By a vote of 4-2. Amanda, you are safe. Corey, your campaign has come to an end. Congratulations, Jackson! You have won the front runner.
The winner of The President, Season 1, is... Cody! Ronnie Talbot!
Jackson! Zach! Marina! Austin Sacco!
pride. In the game of fate, we stand as one. For victory's call, our battle's begun. Rise up, ignite the fire within. We are the fighters, the hearts of gold, seeking glory, brave and bold. For the people who will defend until the very end. In the maze of politics, we'll find our way. Loyalty and strength are guides each day. Through the storms of doubt we'll push through. With determination, our purpose true. Stand tall, undaunted by fear. We are the fighters, the hearts of gold, seeking glory, brave and bold. For the people who will defend until the very end. We are the fighters, the hearts of gold, seeking glory, brave and bold. For the people who will defend until the very end.
On second thought, Charlie, I'm not gonna sign this bill. I think I'm gonna veto this one. Thanks.
We interrupt this program to bring you this breaking news bulletin coming to you live from the President Newsroom. It started with 15 of the best org players that this community had to offer. We're now down to the final 3. And by the end of tonight, someone will join the ranks of 6 other presidents to become the 7th president of this org. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the finale. I'm Eric, and joining me tonight is my fellow production member in crime, Bill.
Hey, no Boston Rob here tonight, but wow, that would be a fun way to bookend it. But I think we're bookending this season with a perfect final 3 that all fought hard in their own ways. And regardless of how this shakes out, it is going to be a strong finish to a season that had, I think, just lots of ebbs and flows from calm to storm, lots of calm, and then bam, lightning strikes, and then lots of calm, and then bam, a fucking tornado, and then lots of calm. Like, you know, it was, you just waited and you waited, and they delivered on the moments that they gave us.
Oh my gosh, it's been absolutely fun to watch. And now we have our final 3 sitting anxiously waiting to find out who's going to be going on to the finale. Shall we bring him in?
It's that time. Let's do it.
All right, let's do it. Please welcome, well, we're introducing him. Please welcome top 3 of the President Floor of Congress. First up, please welcome, in no particular order, except the order that I see on my screen right now, KeShawn. What's up?
Howdy, howdy.
Oh, excellent. Welcome aboard. Next
Good to
up,
see
please
you.
welcome Esteban. Woo! Esteban.
Hello, President.
What is up? Hello.
What's up, Esteban?
I'm awake.
Hey, that's a win. That is a win this season. We'll take it.
That's a commitment. Commitment.
And last but definitely not least, please welcome Reco. What's going on, Reco?
Hey, guys. It's all good.
Welcome to all 3 of you. What an incredible season it has been. And now we're going to find out who is the winner of this game. But before we get into it, I want to hear from all 3 of you. What would winning this game mean for all 3 of you? You've been here for 28 days. What would this mean for you to be able to get to the end and say, I am the 7th president of this org? Whoever wants to start.
Well, for me, I'll start. I'll say that winning the game will be a great achievement. You know, I've never made it to the any long game, so if this is my time, it's my time. If it's not, well, I'm still appreciative. So you never know how it goes. So we'll see how it goes tonight.
Excellent.
For me, I guess it will justify the idea of the world is round. Because as an international player, I made it happen, and I am so happy, beyond happy, that I am here at the final three.
Awesome. And KeShawn?
For me, I'm a wrestling fan. If anybody doesn't know in the background, so I'm gonna make a wrestling reference. For me, it's very Cody Rhodes finished the story. I think it's time. I think all three of us have worked really hard to be here, and we've all had very defining paths to get us to this point. I know for me personally, being in this position, I want to finish the story. So I'm very excited to be here.
Well, one of you is about to finish your story tonight as our president of this org. But I'll say before we get into the formalities of tonight, no matter what happens, all three of you should be very proud of the games you've all played. Very different stories to get to the end, but I will get into the stuff that we need to do. And let's have fun. Enjoy the ride. Shall we get into it? Take a deep breath. In with the good, out with the bad. Let's get right into it. Just so you are aware, the Electoral College is tuning in and they are watching this broadcast right now. They do not know what has happened up to this point, so we're going to keep everybody in the loop right now. We began after Megan was eliminated with the part one of our top three frontrunner, which was the classic competition Finger Cups, and that was won by KeShawn. So KeShawn was the winner of that, so he won part one. We then had the Web of Truths competition, where we had to do a spider puzzle involving our pre-jury and a couple members of our Electoral College, and that was won by Esteban. That means KeShawn and Esteban will face off in final part of the final frontrunner of the season. Reco, you will hang out backstage while we do the competition. Gentlemen, you will need your 2 pieces of paper and something to write with. So we will get into that and have some fun. All right. What I need from both of you is to just write an A and a B, like on your 2 pieces of paper, and just make sure I can see it. All right. So while you're doing that, I'm going to go grab the all right. So here's how this works. So you have had 28 days to get to know your fellow candidates, especially your fellow members of the Electoral College, who will decide how they will vote tonight and who becomes the president of this game. So to really know your candidates, we've devised a challenge just for you, and we call it Know Your Candidates. Here's how this works. I'm going to read a statement from each member of the Electoral College. In each statement, there are 2 choices. One of them is true, based on what they have said. So their opinion on something that happened in the game. Your task is to identify what they said in the statement. The other one was just something we made up. So if you are correct, you get a point. The person with the most points after all of our prompts will win the final front runner of the season and a guaranteed spot in the finale. Are there any questions? So once I've read the question, you will then have 5 seconds to select either A or B. You will put it up to your chest, but do not reveal what it is until I say reveal. And then you will immediately flip your card so that I can see which one you picked. All right. Shall we get into this? Thank you. Whoever did that. Thank you. That was Bill. Thank you. All right. For the final front runner of the season, for the opportunity to sit in the finale, it is time to play Know Your Candidate.
Good luck, KeShawn.
Good luck.
First up, let's talk about Jesse. Jesse stated, my favorite competition this season was A, WikiLeaks, or B, Newly Mates. So go ahead and pick either A or B or put it to your chest. Go ahead and reveal.
My lighting, sorry.
There you go. Both of you said B. The correct answer is A. Jesse was a fan of WikiLeaks. Next up, we have Jason. My favorite moment of the season was A, winning the Chief of Staff, or B, winning my second frontrunner.
Right.
Go ahead and reveal. Both of you said B. Correct answer is A, winning the Chief of Staff to save Reco and me. Off to a great start. All teasing, all teasing. Next up, we have Bryce. The highlight of the season for me was A, meeting Ashley, or B, meeting Kennedy. Go ahead and reveal. Esteban said A, KeShawn said B. The correct answer was B, meeting Kennedy. KeShawn on the board, 1 point, Esteban 0. Next up is Ashley. A person I considered to be my ride or die in this game was A, Bryce, or B, KeShawn. Go ahead and reveal. Esteban says A, KeShawn said B. Correct answer is B, KeShawn. KeShawn has 2, Esteban has 0. Next up is Anthony. Anthony says, I never should have aligned with A, these snakes, or B, these frauds. Go ahead and reveal. Both of you said A. Correct answer is A. Esteban on the board with 1, KeShawn with 3. Next up is Kennedy. My favorite moment of the season was A, deal or no deal, or B, finally getting Anthony out. Go ahead and reveal. Both of you said B. Believe it or not, it was deal or no deal. All right.
Wow.
Well.
All right. Next up, and I believe, yes, there are 2 left. Here's how this works.
Oh, no.
KeShawn is ahead by 2. If Esteban is correct and KeShawn is wrong, we have 1 more question. If you both match, or KeShawn is correct and Esteban is wrong, KeShawn is the final front runner. The second to last question is about Rachel. The most shocking moment of the season for me was when A, Caleb went off about Nickelodeon, or B, Esteban saved me with the debate pass at top 6. Go ahead and reveal. Both of you said B. The correct answer was A. There is no need to go to the last question with a 2-point lead. Congratulations, KeShawn. You are through to the finale.
Congratulations, KeShawn.
All right.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, KeShawn. Let me go to you first. How do you feel?
Adrenaline is definitely kicking into high gear. Very happy. I took pride in feeling like I should know some of these answers. So, yeah, feeling good that it's done.
Well, congratulations. You are indeed the final frontrunner of the season, and we have not a moment to waste. We are now going to immediately go into the live poll. Esteban and Reco, you are on the block. KeShawn, you will have the only vote tonight. But before KeShawn casts his vote, I'd like to give both of you one final opportunity to plead your case as to why KeShawn should take you to the finale. We'll start with Esteban and go to Reco. Esteban?
Well, yeah, respect begets respect, and it's been it's so much fun playing with you, KeShawn. You know, we started with winning the first HOH, and we are here. And whatever it is, I will respect you, but I would love to fight until the end with you. So thank you so much, KeShawn.
Thank you, Esteban. Reco?
Hey, congrats on making the final 2. just gonna say do what you feel is best for you. We're at the final 3, so obviously at this stage it's not about alliances or whatever, but at the end of the day, it's just a matter of doing what is best for you. Do what's best for you. If it's me, if it's not, then it's all love either way.
Thank you, Reco. KeShawn, you are guaranteed second place and the title of vice president of this org. But now you face the most important decision of the game. You must decide who you would like to sit next to at the President Floor of Congress finale. This could be the difference between becoming the president or the vice president of this org. Are you ready to make that decision? You are now off mute. Please go ahead and announce your decision now.
First off, big kudos to the both of you. As I will lay out later, when we get to the questions, you both have been very, very instrumental in my game. And this has been something that I've gone back and forth with myself on for the past 48 hours. But ultimately I am someone who prides himself on loyalty and giving my word. And I've gone this entire game doing everything I can to uphold that. And I know, with that being said, I know maybe day 3-ish, 4, somewhere around there, I did make a pact to Reco to go to the end and ask him to sit with me in the end, later in the game. And as much as it pains me to say, that was after I made a promise to Esteban after we won the first front runner competition, and we promised to take each other to the end after winning together. So as much as it pains me, I wish I could take you both, but I do have to stick to that word, so I am going to take Esteban with me in the final 2.
Reco, it is official. Your campaign does come to an end tonight.
Good luck, guys.
Reco, before you go, I just want to say to you on behalf of everyone who's been following this season, you have played a wonderful game, a fantastic game. It was so fun to watch your story unfold, and you've been a real treat to have and be a part of our season. Just thank you so much for saying yes to this game. You are indeed the final member of our Electoral College, and we will see you later tonight. Awesome. So we'll see you soon. We'll add you to the Electoral College momentarily.
Jesus Lord.
That's it. Yep.
That one hurt.
Yep. Oh, yeah, you can go ahead and let me do that here. All right.
God, KeShawn, thank you.
KeShawn, Esteban, you have both done it. You have made it to the finale of this game. Congratulations to both of you. Well done. Well done. So give us a few minutes. We're going to add Reco into the Electoral College. If you need to run to the restroom, whatever you need to do, get yourself composed, ready to go for the finale portion. We'll take about a 5-minute break, and then we're going to get right into the finale. All right? Congratulations. No matter who wins, be very proud of yourselves. It's going to be a great, great finish to the game. All right. We'll be right back. Viewers, we'll see you in 5 minutes for the kickoff to the President Floor of Congress finale. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go.
Welcome to the Situation Room nominations, the second mischief of the game. Your time starts now.
This is the craziest shit I've ever seen in the game.
Jess buzzes in. Congratulations, Jess. You have won the debate. Looks like Phil.
Yeah!
All right.
The battle against England. It was 1776.
The World War of 18... The world... I don't know. Sorry.
American Revolution.
Fuck me, dude.
Did you say...
He said 1776, and then I said the War of 1812.
Get this record. Let's
And
go!
it happened.
Let's go!
Congratulations, Marina and Michael, you
Let's
have
go!
won the front runner.
You did that.
Oh!
Are you fucking kidding me? I quit. I quit this fucking shit on.
Save a nominee.
What game are you playing? What game are you playing right now?
When I reveal the vote, the person that has been eliminated will have a few moments to say their goodbyes, gather their belongings, and walk out of the White House.
I have to vote to evict the person who I have no relationship with. I vote to evict Madison.
And I have to make this final move because I truly feel that I have a very small chance to win, and it's only against one of these people. I know I promised you safety, Jeremy, but I have to go back on it, and I'm sorry, I'm choosing to evict you.
The person who answered this question the fastest in their production chat and is the chief of staff for this round is Kyle.
Which house would you like me to rip up, saving both nominees from elimination? Zach, you are the chief of staff for the round. Please decide amongst yourselves which house you would like me to rip up, thus saving both nominees and nullifying that house.
I am going to nullify the house of Marina.
Are you still holding them cups, Jason? Good job.
Yeah.
And that's the one. Good job.
Hey.
The correct answer is a spoon. Congratulations, Lily.
Let's go.
You have won the debate.
Let's go. You thought you could take me out that easily?
I'm sorry, but I'm going after some big dogs today, and that's why it's going to be Noah and Chandler.
Stop.
What are you doing?
Following cups on the wall.
So how's your weekend going?
9. Suck it.
God love you and God bless you all.
No more bullshit, Eric. All right?
Say their goodbyes, gather their belongings, and walk out of the White House. By a vote of 4-2. Amanda, you are safe. Corey, your campaign has come to an end. Congratulations, Jackson. You have won the front runner.
The winner of the President Season 1 is Cody,
Ronnie Talbot, Jackson, Zach, Marina, Austin Sacco. I was going to say, Bill, we've got a great finale lined up here. Oh my goodness.
We got heavy hitters. No matter who it was, we're gonna have heavy hitters. So this is pretty exciting.
Oh my gosh, they really put it all out on the floor this season, and now we have our final two waiting backstage for their moment to speak to the Electoral College. Let's bring them in right now. For those who just tuned in, we have our final two waiting backstage. It is Esteban and KeShawn. Hello.
Hi.
As I promised, KeShawn, here's my morning.
Yes. Thank you for keeping your promise. As I kept
I
mine.
brought my drink.
Yes. I'm surprised Bill doesn't have something over there. Bad boy Bill.
You never know.
I have an Arnold Palmer right now.
Nice.
Crazy. It's a crazy night.
Yes, and all my drinking that I do, I'll get my my Coke on the. So, but anyways, it's not about. And Phil's here as well. Hey, Phil.
Hi,
Hi,
congrats, my
Phil.
friends. Congrats, final two.
Thank you, Phil.
Excellent, excellent. All right, so our final three was already briefed on the procedure for finale, and also our electoral college has been briefed on the procedure. But just so our viewers are aware of what's going to happen next, in a moment, KeShawn and Esteban will make their opening statements. They're going to be 3 minutes long, and then each member of the electoral college will come in one by one to interrogate, give feedback, ask questions about your games, and they'll get about 5 minutes each. We will then have closing statements at the end. Once the closing statements are done, I will then say the magic words. The polls will then be open for everyone to vote. We will then have a winner at the end. KeShawn,
really
yeah,
quick. The closing statement. So opening statement was 3. Closing statement was 5, right?
3. Yeah. So 3 and 3. So 5 minutes for jury and 3 minutes for closing. So,
That's
all
3.
good. Yeah, 3, 5, and 3. So, all right.
If we go over, do we get in trouble? It's the finale.
I'll probably start doing the wrap it up. So, okay. All right. Well, but KeShawn, you make the first decision of the night. Would you like, as the front runner from last round, you get to decide the order. Would you like to go first or second in both speeches?
Second.
Okay. So Esteban, you will go first for opening and closing. KeShawn, you'll go second for opening and closing. I will put everyone backstage. Keep an eye on the private chat. That'll be where I'll give you your 3 minute, 2 minute, 1 minute, 30-second, wrap it up, and all that stuff. So with that in mind, Esteban, your time will start once we both leave, and then you say your first word. Best of luck, gentlemen. No matter how this plays out, be very proud. Have fun. It's finale time. Esteban, kick it off.
All right. Hello, everyone. I'm not really that fluent, but ladies and gentlemen of the jury, thank you for the opportunity to speak today. I stand before you as a candidate who truly understands the importance of balance in every aspect of life. And thus, as an international player, I mastered it, especially in the context of competition, challenges, communication, commitment, and connection. Let me begin with the competition. In a competitive environment, it is easy to get lost in the desire to be the best. But true mastery doesn't just come from winning. It comes from learning, growing, and striving to be better every day. I have consistently demonstrated that in this game. On my first HOH with KeShawn and my first veto win, I use it that as a ground of relationship and deals. That's why KeShawn and I are here right now in the end. On my second veto, I used that relationship or that HOH win and veto win to get me with Kennedy, with Bryce, with Reco, with Megan, who truly accepted me and desired me to have a relationship with them. That's why we have some of the secret chats and alliances, and of course with Jason. Veto, it solidified my first or my second veto. That solidifies my Kennedy's or my trust to Kennedy. I made deal to keep Megan and Reco safe, and that's why I use it as an HOH for Rachel. So that's the reason why. I mean, I made deal to keep Megan and Rico safe for balancing the numbers on my end, because I know KeShawn and Ashley has a really good relationship there. So that's the reason why I targeted Ashley, so that KeShawn will go turn his back again to me. So HOH2 when Rachel got voted out, because the reason is having Rachel is more of KeShawn's gain in the game. So to level out the right and the left with Megan and Rico and with KeShawn, because I'm pretty sure KeShawn has already Rico and Rachel. So that is the reason why I voted out Rachel after keeping her safe for twice. So winning this one, winning this part 2 of the game, I did it because I wanted to win. And of course, I just made sure that KeShawn and Rico are still, I am still their number one. So challenges, when I all face them and come in many forms, what sets me apart is how I approach them. I don't shy away from the adversity, but instead I seek opportunities to turn challenges into stepping stones for growth. I have faced obstacles. When I was called out and almost caught in the fires, I kept calm and being logical in what I was saying. So with the Bryce and the Jason fight, that was really the hardest because I am really in a good faith or friends with the both of them. So I'm gonna talk more on the communication, connection, and commitment later. But I do believe that I had a chance to level up and to balance everything in this game, not to be the hardest competitor at all and not to be the weakest, but then it should be like always in the middle. The middle is not the easiest where to be at. And I feel like I had made the best out of it and I mastered being the versatile or the middle person that I am. So thank you, and I am so excited to hear from you some questions.
Thank you, Esteban. Moving on to KeShawn.
First off, verse lives matter, so thank you, Esteban. But viewers, production, pre-jury, and the Electoral College, good evening. Thank you for being here with us tonight. Everyone could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here for this very special evening. The culmination of vindication, the celebration of delegation, and the anticipation of a proclamation as the president of this org. I 28 months ago, hell, even 15, I didn't even know what an org was. But now, 28 days later, I stand here as a proud orger, often known as the bridesmaid or helping hand in someone else's happy ending, ready to write my own in the form of the presidential ballot. I sit before you today in the seat not because I geographically live the closest to the White House, but because my journey that included different routes and bouts, streets and avenues, and for some of you, an unfortunate boulevard of broken dreams, thanks in part to each and every one of you. My game has not been something that has been coached nor manufactured. It is not something that I have studied or copied and pasted from others. My game inside of this game that we've all loved and played is the evolution of an orger not trying to be somebody, but simply being the body that is himself. To lead the Oval Office, you have to have charisma, or Riz, as the kids of today say. That is something that you either have or you don't. And luckily for me, I found a way to drip in it with spades. And like a game of spades, I knew when to cut cards, when to be the joker, when to underbid, and when to win big. And there's no bigger win than here tonight. And I'm hopeful that by the end of this ceremony, I win the hearts, the appreciation, the respect, and the vote of each and every one of you. Whether it was through personal conversations, whether it was brainstorming hours, whether it was fearful banter, or it was a plea for another day just to tell you good morning, I've endeavored to turn with each of you during our time together in this game. Make no mistake, no presidency is perfect. And I've sure had my calls for vetoes and internal governmental shutdowns. Like the song that I submitted for our playlist, Fly Like a Bird by Mariah Carey. Like it states, fly like a bird, take to the sky. This is the mantra that I say when I close my eyes often, soaring above any and all adversity that came into this game. I welcome any questions that you have for me, and I wish the best of luck as well to Esteban. No president would be complete without their very loyal VP. And tonight, one of us will be that for the other. Thank you.
All right, that concludes the opening statements of our finale portion. We're about to begin our jury statements. As a reminder, the jury will have about 5 minutes each to interrogate, ask questions, give feedback, and everything in between. Jury, when you do walk in, keep an eye on the private chat portion of StreamYard. That'll be where we'll give you the 3 minute, 2 minute, 1 minute, 30 seconds, wrap it up to there as well. So when you get in, just keep an eye on the private chat. Some of our jurors were not able to be physically present with us tonight, but they have given me questions to ask you. And that's the case of Jessie. Jessie is watching on the live stream. She couldn't make it here tonight, but I've been asked to read this statement. Here we go. Hello, finalists. I may not be asking you these questions myself, but as Big Brother fans know, I'm always watching. Haha. I had a blast getting to play this game with you all, and after being stuck in Electoral College for what feels like eternity, I have questions. Ideally, you can alternate between who answers these first. Anyways, it's time for me to ask you a question, and I'm hoping that there's no bad blood. Haha, see what I did there. Anyways, here's my questions. First question. What is a lesson you learned from me, Jesse, specifically in this game or another player? But Jesse prefers her. I believe a good winner learns as the game progresses, and Big Brother is no different. So what is a lesson you've learned from me specifically in this game or another player? Whoever wants to go first.
I guess I'll go first. I knew Jessie before the game, and one of the best traits that I really wanted to have that it's with her is his calmness against chaos. Like I can learn that because I need that when the game like with Bryce and with Jason things happen. I instill in my mind that I need to be calm, think before you click on things, to like despite of they dragging you down on that conversation, I kept calm and I know my truth, and I do believe that with honesty always prevails, and that the truth will set us free. So the calmness over chaos is like that's how I portray Jessie since the day that I met her.
So I think I've learned something from each person in the jury, but for Jesse specifically, I can say Jesse taught me the value of communicating with someone what your thoughts are. So I believe the first time I was front runner, I put Jesse up, and then the second time when I was front runner and I had to do a renom, I wasn't home and I just went off the top of my head with someone I knew had already put up, and I put up Jesse, and Jesse came to me very respectfully about it. And that taught me the value of communication, even in the small moments. And so, I try to make sure that I moved in my game moving forward, that even if it's something small, if I can take 20 seconds to send a video for a renom, I should be able to send 20 to 30 seconds to say, hey, this is what I'm going to do. And that's something that stuck with me and will stick with me going forward. So thank you, Jesse, for that.
Second question. Why do you believe you deserve my vote specifically? I don't want you to bash your fellow finalists here. I want you to speak about why you deserve my vote.
I can go first if you want, or you can go first. I'm sorry, I'm just pouring a drink. Yeah, okay, I'll go first. Because Esteban went first last time. I'll be fair. I think I will say I think I deserve your vote, Jesse. I think I deserve your vote if you think I honestly played the best game. I am biased in this situation because I do think I played the best game. Nothing against Esteban. I think he played an excellent game. But I think socially, I think strategically, I think competitively, those are not all C's, but whatever. I think that Trinity, I embody that this season. And I think when you look at comp wins, when you look at strategy, and you look at who was socializing with everyone who was here, I can speak for myself, and I know that I accomplished all of those things. And so for that, and for no other reason, I think I should get your vote, but I also say respectfully, do what you think is the best vote. Don't just vote for me because I'm saying to vote for me. I think I've earned your vote, but if not, I understand.
Yeah, for me, I will go with the process of the game, of how it happened, and not on the product, and not to be the best player. I'm not the best player, but I learned a lot from this game. I feel like I'm the one who really progressed. I've been into a lot of challenges, but made it and stand up. It's not about how many times you fail or how many times you almost feel discouraged in the game, but it is the way you stand. And I feel like I had that game, that I like, despite of time zone and everything, I had committed to the game, and I hope that speaks it all to about how I played the game. And that's it. Thank you.
Okay, and then I have time for this last question. Please compare your game to a song with a brief explanation.
All right, let me go with the Taylor Swift. Look what you made me do.
I was
Look what you
Taylor. I believe you.
That speaks it all. Look what you need me to, and I am here now.
Okay, because I was trying to think of the perfect Taylor song to use. I'm going to say for me, I will pick. I'm going to say. Gosh, I'm getting hot too. I'm going to say "Guilty as Sin" by Taylor Swift, and I'm going to say that because, in particular, to you, Jesse, I know that is a deep cut, and I know the round that I put you up without telling you could have cut deeply. And for that, I am guilty as sin. But I am also hoping that you can forgive me and give me your vote.
All right, and that is the end of Jesse's questions. We now move on to our next juror who is here and is waiting backstage. Please welcome Jason.
Hello, y'all lovely people. Uh, I only have one question for each of y'all, and this will be quick because y'all know I like to keep things moving. Uh, so I missed who won the final front runner. So whoever won that, I want to know more in-depth reasons why you took KeShawn, why you took Esteban to the final two over Reco, and then Esteban, I want to know if you would have won the final front runner, what would your decision have been, and what would have been the reason behind that? And that's my question for each of y'all. And whoever can start first can go first.
First off, I'm jealous that my eyes were not as low as yours. I'm not high yet. I just popped the edible, so hopefully I reach your level very soon. But yes, I did win the final front runner. And one thing that has, for me, to a flaw, has been my story since I've been an Orger is my loyalty to people. And from the moment that Esteban and I were put together in the very first competition, there was a natural connection. And I'm not someone who likes to force connections, but there was a natural affinity to one another. And I think it even showed in how high our score was, where I had to just guess his responses. We both picked up on that. We both knew that and kind of made a commitment that organically, if it led to a position where could be the two of us versus each other in the end, that we would take it. And organically, it happened. And I felt that even looking at the entire season and looking at comps and just how our whole stories have been, it just made sense for the first two front runners who made this pact to end up as the last two here in these two seats. And so I had to be a man of my word and honor that word. It hurt because I also had a very, very close bond to Reco, but I had to honor the first commitment that I made in this game, which was to Esteban.
Yeah, I do agree with KeShawn with the loyalty. After you are gone, I am a gunner and I need to find the people to work with. And even before KeShawn and I play the HOH, you know, Jason, that you are my one. I'm so sorry, KeShawn. That's what really happened. Jason and I were gone way too long before this game. But yeah, I found refuge to KeShawn. And I need KeShawn with the connections that he has. I really need to do that. I mean, to have KeShawn on my side. And yeah, loyalty really speaks it all. I have my loyalty all the way till the end until it is against my, my winning. To be honest, I was like, it's a morality of being loyal versus my eagerness to win the game. And having KeShawn here right now is the challenge for me on winning the game. If I had won, KeShawn, to be honest, out of how good you are as a game player, and if I really wanted to win, it will be with Reco. Not saying that Reco is an easy, feat to, player or president to defeat, but then I have no chance going with you. That's
Yes,
why I was thinking. That was I was thinking. But I know that's out of respect. But then here we are, and I'm gonna fight for that. Regardless, you have been my number one till the end, and we're here. But
So to answer your question, Jason, I almost didn't make it here. I had to win to get here.
Me too. What?
All right. Thank y'all. I will try and go wake myself up a bit more, so I'm here to be with it for the end.
Take a
Guys, you look
shot
up of an app.
Take a shot with us at the end, please.
Wait, now? Wait, do I
Or
have
now,
time?
yes.
Who do I? Eric, do I have time in my 5 minutes for a shot?
You may go ahead and do that really quick.
All right, 1 second.
Oh, that's
1
fine.
second. One last one.
We have one more question. I thought it's already.
Anyways.
Cheers.
Cheers to y'all. And good luck to y'all both.
Thank you.
Oh, hey, hello.
Is that Stony?
That's Stony.
No, it's nobody.
That's
nobody.
Oh.
Nobody. It's nobody.
Sorry. Cut
Thank
my
you.
mic.
Thank you, Jason.
All right, good luck, y'all too.
Cut my mic. Thank you.
I really do need to go get a drink. All right. But that's not about me. It's about you. Next up, please welcome your next juror, Ashley.
Hey guys. You're
Hi,
looking awfully sharp tonight, both of you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
My question to you both is what is one thing in this game you wish you did differently?
Oh my god. One thing I wish.
I'll go, I guess. Unless you have your answer, because I don't have mine all the way. I'm still figuring out the wording. Okay. I think the only thing I can think of that I would have liked to have done differently, just because of how I'm someone who gives all of myself or nothing. So like I can't half-ass anything. I can't half-ass relationships. I can't half-ass commitments. I can't half-ass anything. Was the fact that I missed the live night on whatever night it was. I think it was Tuesday. And Pride can vouch, though they won't, because this is I was pleading to change the timing of the competition in my DR. Outside of that, I will be honest, this is probably one of the first games, if not that I played in a while, but I don't have any regrets. I think I played a game that was true to myself, and the people who I aligned with and who I really, really trusted, which I'll get to, I'm sure, later, I looked out for them. I never stabbed them in the back. I never screwed them over. And I think they are a huge part of why I'm here now. So I think my only regret is probably not being there live night, that of course I had to find out via the Discord that I lost you. So outside of that, I don't have any regrets.
Yeah, I believe like I couldn't really find or think of things that I wanted to change, because everything that happens, it happens for a reason. The reason why I am here, it is because of all the things that happen. But if you are wanting me to choose to one, is probably gonna have the chance of explaining myself more on what happened with the Bryce and the Jason issue more publicly, because like I have this way that I always keep my mouth shut right after if with the chaos, because I'm not really good at it. So if I just had delivered myself a message, the thoughts that I really wanted to say, that would all gonna make sense, to be fair with Bryce and Jason. So yeah, that's what I can think of right now. But despite just like what KeShawn, I feel like there's nothing that I wanted to change, because KeShawn and I had been here because of all the reasons, and you are all part of it. So yeah.
Okay, thank you. Good luck, guys.
Wait. Did you already smoke?
Did I what?
Did you smoke already?
No, I can hit a vape.
I just took my edible, but I'll take a drink.
Hit a vape for you guys.
All right, cheers.
Cheers. We'd love to see that purple hair. I love it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ashley. All right. So I am very bad at math. I realized that 9 comes after 8, and I totally skipped someone. And they're backstage now, so they're here. If you're wondering why the order seemed off, because now Bryce is here, and Bryce will now ask his questions. Gentlemen, you both look dapper. There's not that many people that I feel would necessarily be the best representation of this season. You both played very hard, and I both think you played very well. And regardless, I think we'll get a good winner tonight. With that said, I want to start with you, Esteban. I think you played the middle pretty damn flawlessly. What I do want to know is what was your vision, say, when we got to the Electoral College for your end game, let's say Final Four, Final Five you had in mind, and how did that change throughout the chaos, throughout the rounds, from that plan you'd envisioned?
Yeah, as you said, I played the very good middle, and that is my vision to go to Final Five and Four with all people are against. It's no, not against each other. It's like the opposite pole. So we are having a five with me, Megan, Rico, Rachel, and KeShawn. And I believe I have right in the middle because I have a connection in the trio with Megan and with Rico. And at the end, the other side is here we have KeShawn and Rachel. And when I found out that KeShawn is really also close with Rico and with Rachel, I need to cut one. And that is why Rachel went off with the final four because I want, I'm selfish. I want KeShawn to be me to be his his number one. I want Rico for me to be my number one and Megan too, and that is my rationality of all the things like being in the middle. I know it's really hard, it is really hard to be in the middle like with you and with Jason, with Anthony and with Kennedy, and I did that really well, low-key, that no one seems to see what I was doing until the end. That's why KeShawn and Rico was here because regardless, it will be KeShawn or Rico or KeShawn and Megan, and I'm pretty sure that they will take me at the final two.
Thank you for your answer. I think you're incredibly likable, and the fact that KeShawn might think you're a harder beat and took you to the end is a testament to how likable you are. KeShawn, I hope I do understand your answer here. I sadly do not speak partial tongue, so I hope that the language barrier is not an issue there. But I'm joking. You played a very good game strategically, and you won a ton of competitions, which I can respect. If I'm being honest, I am a little butthurt. Specifically, I can respect you saving an ally that was closer to me. What's curious to me, and I think a few other jurors who are a little upset, for my personal experience, you said, let's talk after the vote. I think it's pretty audacious to say something like that when, in the event that my house is not canceled, you're pretty dang sure that I'm going home. So why should I vote for you, given how I feel and how I feel a little burnt? I'm not necessarily upset you evicted me, but in not giving me a conversation and in implying I would still be in the game and then sniping my ass out.
So, to be fair to your question, when I made that statement, I was also still on the block. So it was you and I forgot who you were against.
I was against Ashley.
You were against Ashley, and I was also on the block against Rico. And so my response to you was actually genuine when I said, let's talk after the vote, because I was mentally preparing myself for the fact that I may still be on the block. And I know myself as a person, and I did not have it in me to give you my full undivided attention in a conversation when I'm mentally preparing myself for the fact I may have to campaign against someone else who I also really value in this game, in Rico. So I didn't want to give you a half-assed conversation versus, waiting until what happened after. To be completely honest, I did not 100% know if you were going to stay or if you were going to go. At that point in the game was, let's be honest, let's call a spade a spade. Everyone in this game was talking to everybody, no matter how much you were talking or how little. And that's something that often gets overlooked in these games. But everyone here was talking to everybody. So no matter how much someone may have assured me that something may have been going on, at the end of the day, things do change and everyone talks to everybody. So I didn't know for sure that you were going. My comment was an honest statement. If you would have stayed, we would have had that conversation. But it was more so for me mentally. I was also high. Mentally, I could not have had that conversation with you honestly. So I could not have done it in that moment. And so I appreciate your honesty and your bluntness. And so, anyone else who has any honest and blunt questions, I'll welcome them. But I will say, again, when it comes to that situation, that's where my head was. Was the second part of your question why you should vote for me?
You kind of answered my question. I very much respect your game. I appreciate your response. I think the reason that I especially felt the way I did is afterwards I spoke to some of the people in the Electoral College, and it sounds as though you were one of the main advocates for me going home. So it sounds like you were having a lot of those conversations with others. I do understand why, as we both were on the block, why that conversation wasn't had with me, but that kind of increases the way I feel how I do. I look forward to hearing the rest of the questions. Good luck to you both. You both played really well, and can't wait to crown a winner. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bryce. Moving on, our next juror. Anthony could not make it tonight, but he says good luck. So that's what I got from Anthony. With that in mind, we go on to our next juror, Kennedy.
Hello, can y'all hear me? Yeah, neither of you responding. Okay.
Yes.
So you're okay. You're okay.
Yeah.
You're okay. So I have a couple questions, so I'm going to try to go fast. I wrote them down. So I just want each of you to know there are currently somewhere between 5 and 6 jury members in a call right now discussing things as you say them. We're all kind of actively saying some things, and it's really important that each of you know that we've noticed some things that each of you have lied about. So my first question is, to each of you, you can pick who answers first. What do you think that we think that you lied about?
Let's go with the obvious one, with the Bryce and Jason. You thought that I lied, but I told all the honesty of what Bryce told me and what I talked to Jason and to Anthony. And it is all the truth. I mean, I'm not really like fluent to tell my words because probably language barrier and all. And I feel really saddened because I love Bryce. I love Jason. I've been in between of them, and also having Bryce and Kennedy on the other side. That's really something that I really kind of, torn between doing things. And one second thing, probably that you thought that I am lying is, it's not a lie. It's hiding and protecting those people that I am with in a group chat because I told I have all my loyalty to those people. If I will not burn them because I am in the middle of the fire. So with my chat with you, with Jesse and Bryce, with you and Bryce, with Megan and Jason, with Rico and Bryce, I never said anything about that because I had my loyalty to the people. Those people that is in the chat trusted me, so I trusted them too for not speaking of that one. So I feel like people gonna tell me like you lied to me with this chats and you lied because you didn't say it and you lied to me about this situation with Bryce and Jason. But yeah, that's all the truth.
To piggyback off of that, and I would love to know if there's anything different. The only thing that I know I lied about, which we all do in this game, is how close I was to someone else in the game. Like I definitely downplayed how close I was to every person in this game to another person in this game because that's the nature of the game. And you heard it clearly from Esteban's responses. He knew when we got to the end of the game that I was close with Rachel, and he found out that I was close to Reco. So he did what he had to do to cut my arms off and got, so on and so forth. But outside of that, like I don't, and if someone has proof of a lie, please tell me. The only other thing I can think of is that, because even when those who I was super close to were in jeopardy, I went to them and told them something to give them a heads up without throwing my other person under the bus. Hey, you might want to do X, Y, and Z, or hey, your name came up, how do we want to move? But in terms of flat out lie, I would love to hear what I lied about flat out. If it wasn't just downplaying my relationship with another player, which again, we all talk to each other. So everybody did that.
Perfect. I'm not going to go into it because I got other questions, but I just wanted to tell you that some jurors feel like in these speeches, things have been lied about. I have a third question, but I'm going to skip that to the end. I'm going to go to the second question. I actually will let y'all give a little bit of input on this. Typically, when I ask this question to finalists, I have them close their eyes. I'm going to give y'all the option of whether or not you want to close your eyes. I'll tell you what the question is, and then you guys can discuss. So my question is going to be, I'm going to list each juror, and I want you to raise your hand if you think you played a better game than them. If you would like to close your eyes or keep your eyes open, by all means, you can discuss. Esteban's already closing his eyes. Do we want to just do eyes closed?
Whatever.
Okay, we'll just do eyes closed. Okay, close your eyes. Okay, so I'm gonna list each juror's name, and if you think you played a better game than them, I want you to raise your hand. I'm going by the list that Prod gave me, so if I forgot you, blame Eric. Okay, number 1, we have Jesse, Jason, Bryce, Ashley, Anthony, me, Rachel, Meg, Reco, and then Esteban, if you think you played a better game than KeShawn, raise your hand. KeShawn, if you think you played a better game than Esteban, raise your hand. All right. I would give y'all an opportunity to explain. I just want you to know, both of you had your hand up for every single person, which is bold, and I have not seen that in all the juries I've been on. Typically, that does not go well, in my opinion, but that's okay. Oh, and then my final question, literally, just because I'm petty. Esteban, why did you get rid of me?
Because you're gonna win.
No, Reco got to the jury, and he said that was all you.
It's gonna be. I'm telling you, everything that I did is to balance my left and my right, and to cut the wings of the people. You have Rachel. I need to have Rachel that time. So.
No, props to you on that. And KeShawn, I just want to reiterate what I had told you on my way out. Not using the veto there was a great move and really showed you as a player and how you maneuvered things. So I just want to give you both kind of props because I do see some moves that each of you made that were very strong. So I don't know if I have any time left. Prod, do I have any time left?
You just ran out.
Perfect. Okay, love you both. Best of luck.
Thank you.
All right. Our next juror is Rachel, who could not make it here tonight due to work conflicts, but I do have a question and some notes from Rachel, so I will read what Rachel sent to me. So the question to both of you, to be honest, I didn't see much of any of you during the pre-jury phase. What did you do in this phase that set you up for success in the jury phase? So what did you do in the pre-jury phase to set you up for success in the jury phase? Good.
That is one of the mistakes of Rachel did. The game is not being to be blunt and to be obvious all the time. I played under the radar. I played hidden. On the times that I needed to, I won challenges and HOH and the crucial vetoes when it's really time. So I respect how she describes our game, KeShawn and I, but then, hey, us without being very obvious, playing the game of relationship, commitment, and connection, hidden under the sand, speaks it all that it really works. That's why as I and KeShawn is here, but I respect her when she said that she didn't see us in the game. But KeShawn and I am here. We won a lot of HOH and veto. We are here. So
yeah, I was gonna say, like, I'll say this for my speech. I'm not gonna say too much, but pre-jury I had 2 front runners. Like, one of them was with Esteban, the other one was with Rachel. So I was clearly, it was obvious who I was to some extent, right? And then I think in these type of games, again, I go back to my statement I made. I think it was during Bryce's question. In these games, unless you are talking to everyone, you fail, essentially. Like, everybody is talking to everybody. And I think for me specifically with Rachel, like how Esteban and I connected in our first competition, we came to the realization, like, if organically it happens, let's take each other to the end. Rachel and I, even, like, I go back to the front runner that we won together, and I volunteered myself to be the second in command and let her be the full front runner in that round. Like, organically, I already felt connected to her in a way, and there was already an alliance that was created that she and I were both in. So it was like, I didn't feel necessarily the need. I felt like there was already a connection and a trust there where we didn't have to dive in as deep. But as the numbers dwindle, as things start to happen, turmoil starting to exist inside of our alliance of 5, it's like, okay, where do we stand? And that's when I think myself as well as her both dived and dipped into each other 50-50 to get to where we did in the final five. But prior to that, like, I've always just felt like I knew where Rachel sat with me. I thought I knew where I sat with her. And that was that. But in terms of establishing myself prior to jury, like Esteban and I won the first front runner. And then after Jason won the solo round, Rachel and I won the next one. So it's like you can't overdo yourself by being a obvious social butterfly and an obvious comp winner. That's like or game suicide. And I feel like for me, I knew I had to take a back seat somewhere, so I tried to take a back seat socially while I could, at least till jury. And that played a large role, I think, in why I'm here now.
Awesome. And then one last thing from Rachel before we go on to Megan. This was the last note that Rachel left. You sent a bitter juror to the jury. My vote reflects that. Good luck, friends. Thanks for a great season. And that's the last note from Rachel. All right, moving on. Our next juror, please welcome Megan.
Hey guys.
Hi,
I've only got a couple of questions for y'all. Sorry if I ramble, that's just me. So my first question is to both of you. I kind of want to know, like, what is your ideal picture of a winner of this game? Do you think you matched up to that? And if you fell short of it, why should I vote for you anyway? Either of you can go.
You want me to go first?
Do you want to or me to go ahead?
KeShawn.
I'll go. So I think I nailed it. I said it earlier. To me, the perfect combination for a winner of this game is not just someone who dresses the part of a president, but someone who like checks the boxes socially, competitively, strategically. And I can only speak for my own game because I did my game. I check all three. So I think, and not to be braggadocious or anything like that, but I know what I brought to the table and I know where my shortcomings were. And in terms of socially, strategically, and competitively, like those weren't it. And so I think for me, when I look at what a winner ideally is, that's what that was. And I look at it, even my relationship with you, my comment to you was honest as hell that last night, like methodically, and in terms of like thought process, I thought you were my biggest threat when we got down and the numbers continue to dwindle, which is why I knew I had to get rid of you as much as I enjoyed you. So, from my perspective, I think I do check all the boxes that I think are needed for a winner.
Okay.
All right, thank you, KeShawn. On my own perspective too, I also have my own checklist, and I put it on my 5 C's: my competition, challenges, communication, commitment, and connection. And I feel like I did balance everything. I took the road that less, walk through, and that is to be in the middle. People might say like that will be easy. Well, that is the hardest, route to work on, because you will be on your own. Most of the time I feel like I'm on my own. I didn't trust, to be honest, the chats that I have. I trust the people individually. I trust KeShawn. I trust Bryce. I trust Jason. I trusted you when Jason was gone. You were like, oh, I need Megan with me. So that is, and the hardest part is to balance things out, being in the middle and being honest to each and everyone. And being honest doesn't mean to tell everything. Telling a lie is totally different on filtering what you can say to other people. And I did that. I always can say I did not lie. I just filter things out to which that the words that could gain to my game. And that's what I did. I cut people's right side wing, left side wing for them to carry me on, and for me to be their wind beneath their wings. So yeah, that's how I think of it.
Both good answers. My next question is kind of just directed towards Esteban for interest. Obviously, you couldn't participate in the Final Four HOH, but what would you have done if you were able to and you won it? And you can say you would have evicted me. That's fine. I wouldn't be mad.
Yeah, for me, if I have won, to be honest, for me to weigh things out, it will be like with Reco and KeShawn. Because like I wanted to see a trio of KeShawn, Esteban, and Megan, if I could do that. Because if that's gonna happen, I'm pretty sure KeShawn well, if he gonna win the final, challenge, he'll take me. If you're gonna win, you will think that you will beat me more than KeShawn, and you're gonna take me at the final too. It's more on strategic. I love you people, but then, there is a devilish part of me on an angel in disguise of Esteban. But yeah, I played the game. Sorry, I played the game, and that's what you made me do. So that's what I really wanted to. I love Rico, but then it should be like me, you, and KeShawn for my benefit's sake. But hey, my relationship gets me into here still with KeShawn. So yeah.
Thank you. That was a good answer. Honestly, that's kind of all I've got. But those were the two main things I wanted to ask. So, yeah, good luck to both of you.
All right. Thank you, Megan. And last but definitely not least, you just saw him earlier tonight. He is here. It is Reco.
Hey, guys. Well, it's not gonna first, so I had to think of a question and stuff like that. So, it's gonna take a little time to simmer in this. So, all right, I'm gonna answer some of the questions that you guys might have had based on what the jury members were saying at first. So, I know some of you were a little interested in what you would have mentioned or what Kennedy would have mentioned in terms of the jury might think that you're lying about some stuff. So my question is, do you think that, because obviously some of your wins, KeShawn, I was speaking to KeShawn in this aspect, some of your wins were the president rounds, which means it was not only you that won, but you and the other person. So do you think that you can claim those as your own, or will you say that the other person helped you to win?
I mean, if I'm being 100% honest, going by the 3 co-front runner rounds that I won, like, I stepped up when I needed to. So with Esteban and our round, like, Esteban gave his answers and I had to guess them, and we had not talked. So I had to use what little information I had about Esteban to answer those questions. When it came to the round where me and Rachel won, like, I literally said to Rachel, do you want to win this? She said yes. I said, okay, well, you say the highest number, and then when we go down, like, I'll go, so you can be front runner. I literally gave that to her, not saying that she didn't deserve it, but I literally took myself out of the equation so she could be the front runner and I could follow after her. I also said to her, halfway through, we should stop so that we don't go over our number and we can still make it to 0, even if we have time to spare. And that also allowed us to win the competition. When it came to Ashley and I will say Ashley and I was probably the most 50-50, because in those answers that we gave in that response, it was really based off of both where we both felt and where we were both going. So I can't take full credit for that, but I think it was the combination of Ashley and I. And I also will say, I do think that the reason Ashley picked me as a partner in that round was, and I can't speak for Ashley, but I think Ashley saw my track record of working with other people, and her and I got together and we saw this magic, and then we won the front runner together, and then we took it and we went with it until we could. And so I think I was 100% a contributor. I will never be arrogant to say I was the only reason that we won, but I definitely played my part and earned my piece in every single front runner that I co-won, and in the 2 that I won after that. I earned my place to be here, and nobody can take that away from me. I understand that people feel a way about certain things, and I'm here to answer any of that, but it's a game. But I know for a fact I earned my place to be here in the final 2.
Okay, no problem. Well, I have a kind of not a follow-up question, but another question as well. So you would have said that your initial decision in choosing Esteban over me. So Esteban, I don't really have a question to you right now as yet. Just so my guy over here. You would have, the reason for picking him over me technically is because you would have made like a final 2 with him like on day whatever. But when I look back before I got bumped out, our final 2 was made on day 2. So it was still kind of like in that same round. So to me, it was kind of like as a decision. So my question is, do you think that if it was me and you in the final 2, do you think that I would have been harder to beat? Let me say that.
So I will be completely honest. I didn't know where the days aligned going back, and so
That's
if I got
probably just what that probably just a mention.
no,
Don't worry
no, no,
about
no.
that.
I know, but it's just a part of my answer. So like if I got the
Fair.
days wrong, I take full accountability for that, and that's on me. But I will say, in looking at how this game was going, the other reason that I took Esteban to the end was in taking my own personal read, and if it fucks me over, it fucks me over. But in taking my personal read of where things were going with the jury, where comments were going and conversations were going, I felt as if it would have been frowned upon if I took the person who was seen in terms of comp wise and maybe socially, because I don't know what either one of your social games were, outside of what you told me, but in terms of competitions, I thought it would be frowned upon me if I took the person who had won the least amount of comps. So that was another factor into it for me. If it fucks me over, it fucks me over. But that was another thought because I know how logics and things are said. I thought in the conversation and things that were made, like, oh, you think you're gonna get an easy win? No, blah blah blah. Not at all saying you're an easy win, but in comparing like front runners X, Y, and Z. So that was the secondary reason behind. Of course, I thought I did give the commitment to Esteban first, and if I didn't, then again that's on me, and I understand why you choose not to go with me on that.
I mean, that part is fine, to be honest. You have to do what you have to do for your own game. Obviously, we know each other from before the game, so coming into the game, that was like the initial connection. So that part is fine. Water onto the bridge, to be honest. My vote is still kind of open because, as I say, like the game is so fresh, and I kind of had a relationship with both of you guys as well. So like early on in the game, I would have connected as well with Esteban, my guy. Yeah, like our time difference is like 12 hours. So like when I'm going to sleep, he's waking up. When he's going to sleep, I'm waking up. So it was interesting, but we be able to have conversations, and we would have worked through this game. I think that he played a better middle than me, to be honest, because I did not really speak as much to like Rachel and those like that. But yeah, what he said is what I would have wanted to do as well, like get to the end with both you and Megan. I think that was my mistake in not getting to the final three, to be honest, because I know like you two wouldn't have taken each other, but I didn't want to play for second place, so that is the reason why. Yeah, because Megan as a returning player and she gets to the final two, then hey, why not give her the win? So that kudos to Esteban as well for reminding me of that in our final four chat. So hey, kudos to you, points for you.
I will say, sorry, go ahead. No, I'll wait till then. I want to make sure.
Yeah. So my question on Esteban is going to be, my question is going to be this. So do you think that based on our relationship, our connection in the game, do you think that you would get my vote over KeShawn?
If you see my worth on your game, and if you see, as you said, that I mastered the middle of the game thing and whatsoever, then I am confident that you're gonna give me your vote. Yes, because I feel like I have done the things that I need to do, as what you said. You are not my number one or my number two in the pre-jury or the early of the game. That's the all honesty. But when Jason was gone, and when we are down to the final six, I see the potential of us being together because of how I, put all the pieces together to cut left and right. And I can see that you are way closer to me when the things happen, because I always giving you all the information that I was given, with all intention of us making it through all the way to where we are at right now. So if that really gives the worth of winning, then I will say yes, I have your vote.
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah, you can follow up.
Yeah, I just want to add that I think I never had a chance to be in the middle of the game. I just speaking on my personality. This is not against you at all, Esteban. I don't have middle game personality syndrome. Like
yeah, I know.
And it's just not me. I'm loud. Like even when I try not to be, I'm loud, and it just happens. And so I think for me, I think going into this game, like just like Esteban knew, like his better odds, like Lauren and Megan. I knew once Rachel was gone, I had to win. I knew if I did not win, that my chances of staying were not high because I knew Megan was close to you. I knew something existed between you and Rico, between you and Esteban, based on the conversation I had with the both of you. I just didn't know where I factored in it, but I knew that something was there. So I knew that I had to fight to get myself to this point. And so I clawed and scratched and busted my ass high as a kite on Thursday night, might I add, with that damn cup competition. But like I did what I had to do to get here because I knew I couldn't just rest on my own connections because I knew Esteban, I knew you, and I knew Megan all had your own connections as well. So like playing the middle is definitely a gift. I will not take that at all away from anyone who plays the middle. But for me, playing loudly, I still had to work just as hard to get to where I'm at, especially when the numbers dwindled, especially after losing Rachel. I knew if I didn't win at least 2 of the next 3 comps, my ass was grass and I was going next. So I kicked into overdrive, did what I had to do to get to where I'm at today, and do not regret.
I would like to defend too, out of respect, and not to discredit KeShawn. The thing is, being in the middle, I did have the awareness in advance of what's gonna happen on my game. That's the reason why it's not that I don't need to play the game. I play the game. It's just it all goes with the balance of life. So I did balance my wins of HOH and Veto, when to stop and when to go, because I already have the awareness of what's gonna happen, not because that I rely to the group chats that I have, but to the connections. So that's probably the reason why I was in the middle. As I said, I cannot be loud. I am totally opposite of KeShawn. I cannot be loud. I wish I could be, but I just, get used to the strength and the skills that I have. Use the things that you have, and just accept that you cannot be as good as others into. So, but yeah, that's how I see it. But I did not lure anyone. I work with them. Like it's all about. I mean, I give and take, and hopefully that the people that I work with will fix it too. Because I never get just information. I give informations too. Just to
Right.
defend. No offense, man.
Right, no. And just to add to that real quick, I know we're going tit for tat friendly, but I just want to say, like, to that point, like, I know that I just my aura is loud in a non-cocky way. Like, I can never not be like someone who is looked at. But I know, but each game that I played, I learn a bit more in how to surround myself. And so when I look at this game specifically, yes, I did connect naturally with other players that seemed loud at the time. I did connect with Rachel later in the game. I did connect with Anthony. I did connect with Bryce. But I also know that strategically, like I already knew when I saw Rico was playing this, and once we had a conversation, I know Rico is a silent mover. But I know Rico pays attention to every fucking thing. And I also know Rico is a loyal player. And I know that I wanted to play loyal with Rico. So there was that. I had never played with you, Esteban, but I trusted the word that we gave each other. I learned very early in watching Ashley that Ashley was a silent mover, but also knew her shit. And I worked very closely with Ashley when it organically led us to connect. I didn't force any of these relationships. Me and Esteban happened organically. Me and Ashley happened organically. Me and Jason happened organically. Me and Rachel happened organically. All of those connections happen organically through like just a natural coming together of this is where we are in the game. How do we help each other? And for 3 of the 4 of those competitors, those are quiet, observant competitors versus myself, who is a louder, like I'm here type of competitor. And so like that was strategy in its own. It was me being 100% authentically myself, but also strategically, I knew that would be the betterment for my game to get me where I am today.
Okay, guys, I just didn't want you to get too deep into your closing arguments. Kind of hinted there a little bit, but once again, congrats on you guys for making the final 2. Like I said before, my vote is definitely still wide open because like I have weighing the odds, weighing the options. Best of luck to both of you. May the best person win.
Thank
I
you,
remember the chief of
Rico.
staff is always in your corner. Yeah, chief of staff.
Chief of staff in the corner. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. All right. You have now. Hey, look at that. So,
Right now, another twist.
chief of
I'm
staff.
gonna
No,
win.
that's right. Everybody's back in the game. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. All right. So, you have
No.
just. I'm kidding. All right. You have just made it through the jury statements, and now you will have one final opportunity to make your case to the Electoral College before they do their votes. Yes, KeShawn, go ahead.
Can we please have 4.5 minutes? Please, please. It's the last bit. Please.
I'll give you 3.5. 3.5.
4 minutes, please.
I'll give you 3:45.
I rehearsed today. Please.
No, I gotta stick to it. Sorry.
That's all right.
All right, I'll do like I won't do Mississippi seconds. Well, the one banana. Okay. All right. So, all right. Anyway, but we'll get the point. All right, Esteban, you'll kick things off, followed by KeShawn.
All right. Again, thank you so much, President, to the jury and KeShawn. Thank you so much. I believe that if you are in a game, that action speaks it all. So I'm not gonna make it short. We're gonna talk about communication, commitment, and connection. When we talk about communication, we're discussing more than just the ability to speak and clearly or effectively. It's about listening, understanding, and connecting with others on a deeper level. Throughout this journey of mine in this game, I'm honed my ability to listen with empathy and to communicate with you, not just to say things, but to hear things and to foster an environment where the voice or every voice that I talk to is always heard. So despite the time zone that I have, I kept my communications active. Even people are not talking to me, I keep on trying and trying because I wanted to talk to people, not only for my personal gain, I mean for the game sake, but it's also for personal to have friends with you guys. So it should be probably strategic and sometimes intentional. So even I was nominated and called out many times by people, I keep my communication open because who am I to hate people? You can hate the game, but not the people at all costs. Commitment is what we separates the good from the great. It is not just about showing up when it is convenient. It is about showing up consistently, no matter what the circumstances is. And lastly, connection. To truly excel, you must forge meaningful relationships. In my journey, I've made it. I feel like I made it. I had fun with you guys. Point to connect with others on a genuine level. Relationship outside game. I take separately. I work on my one-on-one connection and not most of the group chats connection. I born to like my top three trust ranking Jesse, Kennedy, and Jason because I knew them before the game and I know how they play and it resonates to me. I grew up with KeShawn. With KeShawn's connection, it kept me on nomination off with Ashley. It kept me. And tonight, I am here because of how I work hard with my relationship with KeShawn. Bryce kept me on the loop of most of it all even though people probably get hate, the guts of Rice, I still have seen the potential of our relationship despite of the things that happen. And Bryce has been my information giver, despite that I didn't ask. So Jason, on the other hand, too. So that's like it's really hard with Bryce versus Jason happens. Anthony and Kennedy, I make a deal on keeping safe with Kennedy, except Megan and Rico until I can't on the live nights. I even voted Anthony safe, and I didn't vote for KeShawn because I cannot go back to what I told Anthony at that end. But I feel like no one knew, or only few people knew. Megan has been my ride or die in the middle, and we really fought hard, and we did that on the live nights. We really succeed. I'm always been aware of what is happening, and I'm really proud, and I've been part of it. Playing in the middle is not the safest place to be if you do not know how to keep it without sinking, and I did it well. My loyalty to the others ends when my loyalty to myself begins. That's the reason why I am here. In my conclusion, the mastery of balancing these five pillars, competition challenges communication, commitment, and connection, is not an easy feat. But I stand before you today confident that I have demonstrated the ability to not only understand but embody of each these qualities. It is the balance, this harmony that makes a worthy candidate for this honor. And I would love to be your president. Thank you and have a great day.
Thank you, Esteban. Last but not least, KeShawn, close us out.
All right. So if we loved each other, could we find victory? Well, Electoral College, have we found it? Have we found it in me specifically? If we're still not sold, allow me to put up my lemonade stand one last time. In the primary election, we started with 15 people. Immediately, I was cast as someone to keep eyes on because I won the first frontrunner competition and became someone to look out for. And for 28 days, that perception has not wavered or waved like a nation's flag in the sky. Yet, in the wake of attention, I did not throw competitions because I didn't have to, because each of you pushed me to my limit each and every competition, on top of my pride not allowing me to. But this cast of absolute badass politicians were off to the races and made me earn my position each election night. And at the end of every race, I stand as the alpha and the omega, the first and the last front runner of this competition, with a total of 5 front runner victories and 1 debate. But as in any race, it is not defined by the numbers, but by the campaigning that went into it. From the very beginning, I aligned myself with my second in command and front runner, and we locked in a bond to hold each other down from the very first victory to the last if it organically happened. Through common interest and trading victories, I found comfort and realness in Jason that allowed me to access who was really running the game and who thought they were. In exchange, I gave them the encouragement to drop his nugget of knowledge about this racist political butterfly to get a major threat out the next round. Through victories, I worked behind the scenes with Ashley to compare notes and evaluate who was working with who from a different perspective. I never sold out anyone while still letting those I was closest to know when they were in jeopardy. With Bryce and with Kennedy, we quickly found ourselves in an alliance that fell apart in typical election season drama. However, in the moments leading up to and even after, I understood that ultimately both of you were playing the game, and I just had to find ways to do it better. So I did my best to try to. Through casual conversation, I took a liking to Jesse, who unfortunately just became a victim of being the last person I connected with. And for that, I hope we can play another game in the future. But avoid making new enemies. You and someone who I respected very much in this game as competitor, Meg, became my frequent to take turns on the block during my campaigns to stop myself from building enemies. But then there was the presidential cabinet. I mentioned my connections with Ashley and Jason, who each held their own stars on my flag. But the remaining stars were the ones that my loyalty would have cost me their game, or cost my own game. I would have laid down gladly so each of them could have make it to the end. The first is to Rachel, who through competition wins, the same birthday, and pure determination, very late in the game became my ride or die. Losing you was a hard part of the last few days for me. But having someone outspoken was the perfect bit that I needed to make me master my craft. You are a true gem, and I hope that I impacted your life much more beyond this game. Speaking of ride or dies, the alliance that never wavered was the Tres Amigos with Anthony and with Reco. Reco was an enigma that I knew would ruffle feathers from people trying to figure out who his loyalty was to, and Anthony was the perfect combination of a storm and silent, but lethal when needed. And aligning with the two of them, I was able to have a partner who was a favorite to win competitions that I couldn't, and another who, while equally as competitive, could lie under the radar and not be traced back to me. He would also provide me with a perspective of others who I was not as close to. Obviously, I want to win this game, and I can't ignore the benefit that Esteban also plays in my game. I knew that I would be safe because of my relationships that last night that I was on the block with 3 people who were not on the block, Reco, Ashley, and yes, Esteban. And now here we are, Electoral College. And I ask you, if you need any further reminder of my commitment to this organization, allow me to state the following: that I, KeShawn Taylor, pledge allegiance to the United Org of the President and to the Electoral College, winners future and winners past, multiple United Nations, under pride, invincible, with loyalty, riz, and hopefully the votes from you all. Thank you.
I don't think I've ever heard of a pledge of allegiance for the president org. That was all right. All right. With that in mind, yes, I think it is time. I think it is appropriate. Grab your drinks. You've done it.
We did it, KeShawn. Love you.
Absolutely.
Right back at you.
Gentlemen.
If you like the pledge, you can take it, Eric.
I I love it. All right. But
I
anyway,
would love to take up allegiance to the United States of America soon.
excellent. Well, before anything else, gentlemen, you have done it. You have made it to the end of finale night, and you have both done all that you can do. And what I'll say before we hand the power back to the Electoral College is normally we don't share things that the VA has said, but I will say that the one common denominator that I've been seeing is that this has been a battle. This has been and this final two has been a battle. We're going to be so excited no matter who wins this. Be very proud of yourselves. It's going to be a fantastic end to our game. And I will speak on behalf of everyone that's saying we're going to have an amazing president and a vice president no matter who is the winner of this game. Congratulations to both of you. Now, Electoral College. In a moment, I will say the magic words. You will then go to your production chats. As a reminder, you are voting for a winner. You are voting for the president of this game. Whoever has the most votes will win. Gentlemen, best of luck. They will have 5 minutes to cast their votes, and starting as soon as I say it. Electoral College, for the final time this season, the polls are open. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go.
Welcome to the Situation Room nominations, the second mischief of the game. Your time starts now. Oh,
this is the craziest shit I've ever seen in the game.
Jess buzzes in. Congratulations, Jess. You have won the debate. Looks like Phil.
Yeah!
All right.
The battle against England. It was 1776.
The World War of 18... The world... I don't know. Sorry.
American Revolution.
Fuck me, dude.
Did you say...
He said 1776, and then I said the War of 1812.
Get this record.
Let's
go! Let's go!
Marina and Michael, you
Let's
have
go!
won the front runner.
You did that.
Oh! Are you fucking kidding me?
I quit. I quit this fucking shit on.
Save a nominee.
What game are you playing? What game are you playing right now?
When I reveal the vote, the person that has been eliminated will have a few moments to say their goodbyes, gather their belongings, and walk out of the White House.
I have to vote to evict the person who I have no relationship with. I vote to evict Madison.
And I have to make this final move because I truly feel that I have a very small chance to win, and it's only against one of these people. I know I promised you safety, Jeremy, but I have to go back on it, and I'm sorry, I'm choosing to evict you.
The person who answered this question the fastest in their production chat and is the chief of staff for this round is Kyle.
Which house would you like me to rip up, saving both nominees from elimination? Zach, you are the chief of staff for the round. Please decide amongst yourselves which house you would like me to rip up, thus saving both nominees and nullifying that house.
I am going to nullify the house of Marina.
Are you still holding them cups, Jason? Good job.
Yeah.
And that's the one. Good job. The correct answer is a spoon. Congratulations, Lily. You have won the debate.
Let's go. You thought you could take me out that easily?
I'm sorry, but I'm going after some big dogs today, and that's why it's going to be Noah and Chandler.
Stop.
What are you doing?
Following cups on the wall.
So how's your weekend going?
9. Suck it.
God love you and God bless you all.
No more bullshit, Eric. All right?
Say their goodbyes, gather their belongings, and walk out of the White House. By a vote of 4-2, Amanda, you are safe. Corey, your campaign has come to an end. Congratulations, Jackson! You have won the front runner.
The winner of the President Season 1 is Cody, Ronnie Talbot,
Jackson, Zach, Marina, Austin Sacco. Hello, everybody. Give me like 30 seconds. We're just organizing all the votes. We will soon have our winner. Be right back. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go.
Welcome to the Situation Room nominations, the second mischief of the game. Your time starts now. Oh,
This is the craziest shit I've ever seen in the game.
Jess buzzes in. Congratulations, Jess. You have won the debate. Looks like Phil. Yeah! All right.
The battle against England. It was 1776.
The World War of 18... the world... I don't know. Sorry.
American Revolution.
Fuck me, dude.
Did you say...
He said 1776, and then I said the War of 1812.
Get this record. Let's
And
go!
it happened.
Let's go!
Congratulations, Marina and Michael, you
Let's
have
go!
won the front runner.
You did that.
Oh!
Everyone, I have your votes. We do have a winner. Before we announce the winner, I'm going to take a selfish moment really quickly to acknowledge those who've made this season possible. First off, to all 15 of you who competed this season, thank you, thank you, thank you. What an incredible ride. What a great way to kick off 2025 with another great game. You all brought it. You made it happen this season. Well done. To our viewers lounge, thank you. You were so active. You made this. We talked about the game. We made memes. We had fun. It was just a great viewers lounge to be a part of this season as well. To all of our alumni, to our community, to all of you who've supported the president throughout these past 7 seasons, thank you so much. But before anything else, one last thank you to go out. We have 4 of us all together here at the moment here. And also shout out to Kevin and Christian who weren't able to make it tonight. But this entire production team, what a phenomenal season for all of you. It's always a thrill, always a pleasure to make this game. I love hosting this game, and I love hosting with all of you. You've made this an incredible season. Love you all.
Thank you. And of course, we have to give our flowers to the man, the myth, the legend, the one that started it all, Mr. Eric Taylor, he's on, he's there for almost every competition, every live poll. He's organizing things behind the scenes and really makes the engine run. So great job, Eric, on a season that almost was never. We got something pretty special.
Amen. Amen to that. Jordan, Phil, anything?
Yeah, this was a fantastic season. Thank you guys for making it happen. It was not the easiest season to produce. I think we can all agree on that. But I was very happy to be a part of it, to be back on this side of the table again for this season. And, whatever happens here, this is, we're having a good season and a good ending.
Awesome. And Jordan?
Nope, just great ride, everybody. I don't have really too much to say. Let's just get right into it, because these people have been waiting for a long time to see who's going to win this thing. And I bet we have 2 finalists that are eager to see if their campaigns were for success or not. So let's get into it.
Let's do it. Let's get right into it, especially. All right. KeShawn, Esteban, what a season. We called this season the floor of Congress because in order to be the president, you have to put it all out there. You have to put it all out on the floor to win the org community's biggest prize of being the president. You both have exemplified what that is in your own games that you've all talked about tonight. And I think it's fitting that the 2 of you are sitting here. One of you will be vice president. One of you will be president, as great exemplary examples of the great season that we've had. It is now time to quit stalling. It's time to announce a winner. I'm going to read the votes. Jessie has certified her vote for Esteban. Jason certified his vote for Esteban. Bryce has certified his vote for Esteban. Ashley certified her vote for KeShawn. Anthony has certified his vote for KeShawn. Rachel has certified her vote for KeShawn. 3 votes KeShawn, 3 votes Esteban. It takes 5 to win. Kennedy has certified her vote for Esteban. 4 votes Esteban, 3 votes KeShawn. Megan has certified her vote for the winner of the President Floor of Congress, Esteban. And to confirm,
congratulations.
Has also voted for Esteban 6-3.
Great game, both of you. Wow.
And congratulations, KeShawn, our vice president of this org as well. Congratulations to you as well. What a battle. What a game for both of you. Well done. Let me start off. Esteban, you are the president. You are not only the 7th president of this org, you are our first president from the Philippines. Congratulations as well. Esteban, I got to go to you. How do you feel?
It's all worth it. I'm never going to be here with KeShawn, without KeShawn and with everyone, but it's all worth it. I work hard and I commit to the game, and it's all paid off. So yay, thank you. Thank you for this chance.
And KeShawn, what a great game for you as well. You did a phenomenal job and you were our vice president this season. Congratulations. What a game. What a game. This could have gone either way. Well done. Oh my goodness. Well, Gentlemen, congratulations. This concludes the President, Floor of Congress, Esteban, our President, KeShawn, our Vice President. The party is not done yet. We're going to jump on a Zoom call, do a nice little reunion, got some awards to give out. The party is not done. And what I'm going to also say is it is 2025. When you are the president, or when you are vying for the title of president, it is important that you always know when to make the right move. And it's always important to know when to strike. Because, well, as you'll find out this summer, if you are not careful, your house of cards will come tumbling down. The President Season 8 is the President House of Cards coming this summer, 2025. We will see you this summer. We'll do it all again. From all of us at the President, I'm Eric Taylor. Have a good night.